Hey everybody, we're back for the overtime of the Maine and Jersey game. Maine was leading 16-0. Jersey got a sack that resulted in a safety midway through the fourth quarter, maybe even later than that. I have to go back and check the time. But then they got a touchdown after the free kick, got a stop, got another touchdown, and tied it up to send it to overtime. Dan had to take his family to dinner. He's back and we're ready to resume. So here we go. It looks like Jersey's going to get the ball first in overtime. And it'll be a touchback. They'll start at their 20. Just reminding them that this is the 1985 version of overtime. If you get a field goal, you win. This is the playoffs. Whoever advances here is in the Final Four. And we will play till we have a winner. (16-16). Wendell Tyler's in there. Remember, he has limited carries left. He's got one unfatigued carry left. Flat pass left to Wendell Tyler. There's a 6 linebacker there. Guessed right on the quarterback's card, +7. Every call counts now. The slightest mistake can give the other team the opportunity needed to win. Marion Barber checks in on second down, blocking back halfback. Paul Kaufman's in there. The time remaining doesn't matter anymore. We play until someone scores. Flat pass right to Kaufman. 2-man in zone. Oh, it goes on the D card. It hits a receiver reading on 9, but hits the one miss. So kind of justice there as the call was wrong. The chances for reception were low until you hit the receiver reading, and then they were very high, but it still hit a blank. Interesting how Strat works. 16-16, 3rd down and 3. Barber and Tyler in there in a pro set. With a 3-4 defense and a 6 linebacker on the edge, you can put 2 men in the look in and the right linebacker spot, and the left linebacker spot, or left flat, is still covered by a 6 linebacker. It's an end run to Wendell Tyler, his last unfatigued carry. Guessed strong, and it hit the dreaded 5. Wouldn't you know it? Just wanted to get one of those short gains. That would have been the time for it. Every single result on there is a first down except for 3 and 5, and instead they have to punt. So Jersey made that tremendous comeback, and now will they see it go for naught? With Maine getting the ball likely in decent field position. Oh, 30-yard punt. It's going to be good field position, really, for sure. It's a 1-yard gain. And Maine has the ball at the 44. 1st and 10. Maybe 3 first downs away from field goal range. And remember, Maine has the good field goal kicker in Eddie Murray. 3-4 showing blitz. A sack by Andre Tippett is what turned the fourth quarter around for the Rebels. Flat pass right to Mike Renfro. There's a 6 linebacker there. Defender +1. As Lewis Wright's also a 6. Let's look at the box score real quick. The safety was with 7:30 to go in the fourth quarter, 7:30 to go in the game. At that point, Maine had the ball, 3 downs and a punt. It would have made it more difficult for them to come back because they still needed 2 touchdowns and 2-point conversions. But they tried to pass, got sacked. 3-4 showing blitz here on 2nd and 9. Make sure I started the broadcast. I did. Off tackle to Craig James. Guessed wrong, 0-man in zone. 4-yard pickup. That'll be 3rd and 5. Big down here. Jersey's got 2 6-rated linebackers to stop the flats. Danny White is a master at the flats, 3-3-5. So if he double teams 2 guys, he has a 40% chance of really shutting down the pass attempt, no matter what it is. Let's see what we got. 3rd and 5. Pro set, off tackle left to James. He's going to try to run for it. 6th linebacker, their offensive onside tackle, +7 or +2. Ken Jones. Remember, this is the team with no run blocking. Tough to move the ball on those 3rd downs with that type of result. It was a white die 6. So maybe if we would have spread them out and thrown at that 5, as long as the guy wasn't doubled, could have been a 1st down. Instead, he'll punt 4th and 3 at the Jersey 49, trying to pin Jersey deep. It will be at the 19. Barber's in the game. Remember, Wendell Tyler's at fatigue level 1. Still can be useful for 4 carries. 16-16. End run right to Barber. Let's see what Barber's card looks like. We haven't seen that, at least in the end run spot. Short gain, 20-yarder. So it's not very good. The card is not great, but he hit the best possible roll, a short gain guessed wrong, and the best possible result. Moves it from the 19 to the 20. Off tackle right to Marion Barber. It's a fumble. Jersey's got the ball. Oh my goodness, that would have been a huge break. Neil Lomax's 10 snap fumble rating. And run right to Tyler. Blocking back +5 or +1. That 2nd and 12 turns into a 3rd and 7. Paul Coffin makes the block. Tony Page checks in a 3-wide set. The defense goes 3-3-5. Ball at the Jersey 42. What will turn out to be the critical play in overtime? Will it be a sack? Will it be an interception? Will it be a long pass completion? Paul Kaufman's covered by a 0. Philip Epps is covered by a 4. Tony Page is covered by a 4. Schuler and Lofton are covered by 6s. Both teams have good. Long pass to Epps, being double covered, though, by a linebacker, I think. Defender extra long gain. Either way, it's incomplete. And Jersey will punt. Maine gets another shot. That would have been a long gain if he had been left him single covered. 8-yard return after the 30-yard punt. These punters are not doing their jobs. They're hitting pretty low numbers. Maine will start at their own 36. 3-4 showing blitz for Jersey. Well, at least each team had a chance on offense in the overtime. 2 times for Jersey. This is the second time for Maine. Flat pass right to Doug Cosby. There's a 6th linebacker there. Receiver reading plus 13, and that takes it up to midfield. 2 more first downs to give Maine a chance. Eddie Murray is 2 through 9 from 23 to 32. 3-4 showing blitz again. Craig James and Tony Collins both have sufficient carries, 4 for James and 16 for Collins. But Collins doesn't have a great card. But that's useful. Short gains right and wrong on 10. That was a short pass to Cosby, excuse me. Or a flat pass to Cosby. 4 receptions for 39 yards for the tight end. And run right to James. There's a 6th linebacker there. Defensive card is going to get stopped. Even on the offensive cards, it loses 2 yards thanks to the dreaded white die 5. 2nd and 12. Neither of these guys can catch a break. They need one of those big runs or big play or something to turn the tide here. 2nd and 12, big play here. Danny White's not very good at picking up the 3rd and longs. 3rd and less than 5 or 3rd and 6 or 7. Yeah, he can do that. 3-4 showing blitz. Flat pass right to Collins. There's nobody there. Guessed wrong, picks up 8. That makes it 3rd and 4. No containment. It was a 1X on the white die, so they weren't. Tippett wasn't getting any blitzing chances there. Tony Hill's covered by a 4. .36 to go in the overtime period, but if nobody scores, they'll just roll over to a second overtime. The first one to score wins. Off tackle left to James. 1 man in the zone, guess wrong. Offensive onside, +5 or +0. And there was no blocker over there. If he had gone the other way, he would have had Paul Kaufman. Does he have Paul Kaufman? I think this is the Paul. No, this is not the Paul Kaufman team. But anyway, would have had a chance on the other side. I don't know who they're tied in. Cosby, he's a 5. That would have he made the block. 4th and 4, he's going to punt. Now trying to really pin him deep. This should be good. Goes to the 8. Sometimes you win games like that just by shifting field position. If he can make Maine go 3 and out, he'll have a chance to get into scoring position. I'm sorry, if Maine can make Jersey go 3 and out. Wendell Tyler checks back into the game. Fatigue level 1. 1 carry left. 3 carries left at fatigue levels 1 and 2. 1 carry left at fatigue level 1. So looking past the James Lofton being double covered 2 men in zone. Could this be the big play? The tension is building. There is no 3 men in zone card, but it'll be 2 men in zone. Straight pick on 3 on the D card. And it's on a 10. Defender -4, -2. So that was incomplete. 2nd and 10. If he had thrown it to empty flat, that would have been +20. But that was not to be. Let's see if Wendell Tyler stays in the game. It's Tyler and Barber. Barber only has 6 unfatigued carries left. Joe apologizes. Why did he apologize? For taking the time? I don't know. Nothing wrong with taking your time when you're in this spot. Not showing blitz. We got a 10 against the 5 on that spot. 2 against the 0. And a 6 against the 7. It's a run call. 0 men in zone. Long pass to James Lofton. It's covered by a 6. Receiver reading incomplete. Oh my goodness. 21 chances out of 36 to have something good happen. And Dan's breathing a sigh of relief there. It was a D chance too, so you could have had a sack there if he would have called pass. But the matchups aren't great. The nose tackle against the center would have been his best chance, I think. Third and 10. 3 wide against a 3-2-6. Yep, 3rd and 10. No middle linebacker in the game as Maine goes to a 3-2-6, looking to double team 2 guys effectively. Short pass to Page, single covered by a forward linebacker. No extra pass rush. Defender X, will he beat it? Does not. As Charles Jackson's 4 makes a play, and from his own 8, Jersey has to punt. This should give Maine great field position with a chance to get a couple first downs and end it. 4:48 to go in the overtime period. It's a 17-yard punt. Oh, my goodness. Dave Jennings. A couple of 30-yard punts and now a 17-yard punt. The Maine Chiefs decided not even to try to return it. It bounced for 7 yards, helped giving him a little bit more space. But Maine has the ball at the Jersey 32-yard line. Too much scotch, a little tired. But oh, that was on that last play. It was a 48% chance of a sack, and the white hat was a 49. Oh, my goodness. Damn kickers and punters. So here we go. Jersey's up against it. They need a miracle here, but they've done that. They needed a miracle before. Flat pass left to Tony Hill. 5 linebacker guarded by a 4, picks up 5 yards, 2nd and 5. Maine is now in 2 through 9 field goal territory. Let's take a look at the next range. They move up. It's still 2 through 9. So 2 through 9 all the way up to the 3-yard line. So they are good as they're going to get, unless they wanted to get a touchdown. Flat pass left to Tony Hill, 2-minute zone. Incomplete. Man, if that would have been a straight pick, Dan would be kicking himself. You're not going to gain much. If you don't think you're going to get a touchdown, we might as well just kick the field goal now. Because you're 2 through 9 from the 23 to the 32. If you get a sack and you lose yardage, you risk moving into a worse field position. The variable field goal rule is in effect. But from here, the worst you can do is still be in the 32. So look for a run here from Craig James. If Dan's aware of his kicker and the fact that he's not going to get any better by getting up to the 22-yard line, he will just run it here so he doesn't lose yardage. Because you don't want the variable to kick you back out if you lose like 2 or 3 yards on a flat pass, receiver reading or something like that. You could then get affected by the variable field goal rule and run to Craig James. Oh, this could be a white die 1. It could be, no, it wasn't. But that, anyway, it's +6. Here comes the field goal kicker, +3 even if it was guessed right. So no danger there. This will end it if it's 2 through 9 on the result. If it's 10, 11, or 12, Jersey lives to fight another day. Here's the kick. Murray is a stud, and he was worth a high pick. I think it was the second kicker token. It's up and good. And Maine survives. Maine survives. There's no other way to put it. They had a commanding 16-0 lead late into the fourth quarter, about halfway through the fourth quarter. and they gave it up thanks to a sack, and that resulted in a safety and a couple of touchdown drives, clutch touchdown drives by Joe. So great job by both coaches. But the field position was really the shift of power in the overtime. 2 30-yard punts and then a 17-yard punt doomed the Jersey Rebels. It was a great game to call, great game to watch. And Joe's out. Sorry, Joe. Congrats to Dan. And we'll see. Dan joins Tom and myself in the Final Four, so we'll see what happens. Let's take a quick look at the stats. 1916 is the final. Jersey actually got more first downs, Maine more yardage. Turnovers were even, as Maine lost a fumble and Jersey threw a pick. But that's about it, folks. Great job by Craig James. He had that 57-yard run. So we're going to shut it down, and we'll call it a game. Thanks a bunch, and good luck to all coaches in the next round.